I have a thing for goats, for those of you who know. I am wearing my goat socks right now, and I'll be wearing these goat socks every single day probably. So even though they'll get really dirty, but whatever. So, I have nothing else prepared except goats, put it that way. So, before I came to India, I went to Vietnam. I had the privilege of starting my voyage a little bit early. And in Vietnam, to put it simply, there came a point in time where I became homeless. Yeah. And I had to exchange work for food, and I slept in like abandoned schools and all these other not good things. I lost 30 pounds. It was not a good time for me, but I got through it. And when I came to India, India was basically a dream. Like I had everything that I needed. There was no challenge for me. We had, chai every day. There was Oscar the cow was outside. There was these mountains. It was so serene. And that's not what I wanted my experience to be like. I needed more challenge from this experience that pushed me beyond what I experienced already in Vietnam. So I kind of just uncomfortably sat there for about 5 weeks or so, not really liking what I was doing. And around week 5, for those of us who were there, we kind of had like an existential crisis. JC, Izzy, you guys know that. And there was 2 separate issues. One of them was with the staff, which was a whole different issue that I believe to be bigger, but there was a second issue of finding meaning and purpose and challenge in our work, and I felt like that I was not experiencing those things. And so we kind of began to branch out just a little bit. We went to finding different projects on our own, and I eventually got talking with this Tibetan member of parliament for quite some time. And even though I was maybe breaking some of the commitments that I had made within college, which I fully recognize I was, that was still the challenge that I was seeking. And that is something I had to make for myself. And the big thing that I just want to emphasize is that progress it's a matter of the heart kind of thing. It's difficult to define, but you know it when you see it. And for me, there was a progress leading to a different mindset that led to a more confident and mindful response, which was through that week 5 existential crisis kind of thing. And I have a lot of people for thanks for that. One, myself, mostly in college, because they put me in an environment where I had to seek out new challenges for myself. And hopefully I get to continue those challenges, do the next phases, everything that comes forward. So, yeah, that's it. That's a go. And I have this punch it. This is go. That's how her goes. These need no explanation. Her just goes. Yep. That's it for me.